Good afternoon and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Sunday. It is March 16th, and we got a big pick six carryover over at Santa Anita. So they got over a $200,000 carryover there, which that's big money. I mean, that used to be something that used to happen quite frequently there in the pick six, but doesn't anymore. But today it is. So I'm wondering if this is going to really entice bettors to show up with big money for the pick six. So I'm going to guess there'll be a nice pool there today on Sunday. So good luck to those playing the pick six. I studied. I couldn't figure out a pick six ticket that was manageable. But here's the other thing. With the big money coming into the pick six, that'll also spruce up that late pick five. Because, people get knocked out of the pick six, they'll pour the money into the pick five. So we can expect probably a bigger than average pick five pool there in the late pick five there at Santa Anita. So let's go with that today. Going to start in the sixth race here. Sixth race does start off the late pick five. It has approximate post time about 5:30 here Central Time, so 3:30 there Pacific. It's a 6 furlong grass sprint. There's $40,000 claimers. That's on the flat grass there. And I've got three horses here I'm going to put in. I think this race kind of just does hinge on the favorite being the 4-horse Noble Reflection. We'll talk about him momentarily. I'm going to put the 2, who is Commander, for Hector Palma, Tiago Pereira. This horse is 8-1. This horse has been, knocking heads with the claimers there in Southern California, in the turf claiming ranks. And, putting together good races, running good races there and, similar levels to this. And, Hector Palma has certainly been very crafty and shows up on days like this, and upsets the apple cart with some good prices. So we'll put Commander in here. That's the 2-horse. I'm going to put the 3-horse, who is Irish Royalty. Mark Glatt. Antonio Fresu takes the call here. So Fresu, first time on the horse here. So that should be a good move. And, this horse is 7-2 in the program. This horse is running in allowance races in his last 2 starts, running with Noble Reflection. And, just running nice races, even races, has finished up strong. Diego Herrera was on the horse there in the last 2. I don't think Diego Herrera did anything wrong, but they're switching over to Fresu. Not a bad thing. Certainly Fresu can get it done. Irish Royalty, St. Patrick's Day weekend, St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, so certainly Irish Royalty, would be probably a hunch play for a lot of those folks. So we'll put the 3, Irish Royalty, and then I will put the 4, who is Noble Reflection. Noble Reflection is 3-2 in the program. Edwin Maldonado takes the call for Peter Miller. First time Maldonado is a pretty good angle, and it certainly is a even better when you're talking about a speed horse. Now, Noble Reflection is just that. He is a speed horse. This guy, he's an old timer. He's probably got some ailments. I'm guessing just based on his races. He runs nice races. He gets there sometimes. Sometimes he gets beat on the wire. Always tries hard. So that's probably where the ailments come in. He's run in his last 2 races in allowance races. He got claimed for 50. Peter Miller claimed him from George Papapadromo. That's kind of a tough putt, but, Miller is a guy who, could be magical at times. So, we'll see if he's got that today. So, after Miller claimed the horse, he put him right back in to the same level. Horse ended up running down the hill, got beat on, right near the wire. So, this horse is always going to be tough and give you his best effort. So we will put Noble Reflection in the race here. So we got the 2, 3, and the 4 to start the pick 5. All right, now let's move over to the next race of the day. Next race of the day being the 7th race. 7th race is a maiden 20,000 claimer. So that's your bottom rung there in Southern California for the dirt. They're running 6 furlongs on the dirt here. There's some short prices here. I know the 2-horse Blister in the Sun, he's 6-5 in the program, or she's 6-5, I should say. I'm going to go against her. I don't really see 6-5 here with this horse. She's had a lot of chances. I feel like D'Amato's pulling the ripcord with this horse. Little Red Feather, the owners, I don't know that they're in the business of giving things away there, so they're dropping this horse in the 20. I'm going to go against her. I'm going to single the 4-horse, who is Petite Ange. Petite Ange, a couple changes here. Victor Garcia, trainer, a couple changes. So they're going to put blinkers on, and they're going to put Diego Herrera on the horse. This horse is 5-2 in the program. Now, this horse, also has run in with some better horses, with maiden special weights. Last time they ran this horse wasn't a 50,000 claimer. Horse didn't run poorly, just kind of ran an even race. I think that field was much tougher than what she will face today. And, I think this horse is, just a better horse on dirt. Herrera should make a difference here. Blinkers on should make a difference. Looks like they want it's a little more focused with this horse. I think that last race sets this horse up nicely here at the 20,000 level. I don't know that there's a panic drop. Victor Garcia trains the horse, and his dad owns the horse. So this, these guys are in operation here. They could place horses where they want. And this horse certainly looks to me like she fits at 5-2. So we'll single Petite Ange. All right, now let's go to the next race of the day. Next race being the 8th race. This is the feature of the day. This is the Irish O'Brien. So it's always a fixture in and around St. Patrick's Day over at Santa Anita. They're running down the hill. The Irish O'Brien, this is Calbred fillies and mares. Always nice to see down the hill races. Definitely some nice horses put together for this race. I've got 4 horses I'm going to put in. I feel like, one of these 4 will advance the ticket here. I'm going to put the 2, who is Tam's Little Angel. Hector Palma, as I mentioned, crafty as they get. This horse is on a 2-race win streak. Running against a little bit less, but 6-1 here. She's certainly in form. And, Hector Palma had claimed this horse for 40 back in November at Del Mar and won twice with her. So, he's on a roll with her. So we'll put the 2, Tam's Little Angel. We'll put the 5 horse being Pushing This. Michael McCarthy. This is your 3-2 favorite. Now, this horse owned by Rapoli Stable, so always nice to see Rapoli, supporting California racing. I know he's been doing that lately. So this horse, is a nice purchase price, $115,000. They purchased her a couple years back. She started out as a really nice horse, winning her first couple. Went up against a buzzsaw in Tamra. That was in the Del Mar Futurity back in 2023. She's run some nice races, last year. She's coming off a little bit of a layoff. We haven't seen her since November. McCarthy's putting her on the turf, so we trust in McCarthy. He knows what he's doing. 3-2, she's the favorite, but I don't know if she's really worthy of that favoritism, running up against some older horses, some more accomplished horses on the grass. But we'll put Pushing This in here. That would be the 5 horse. Going to also put Shocking Gray. Shocking Gray for George Papadromo. This horse is 5-1 in the program. Antonio Fresu gets the call again. Now this horse, last time we saw her, she ran in the Sunshine Millions turf there, which was down the hill, and she won a really nice race there at a pretty good price. So you see the change in trainer and ownership. So this horse, I know this horse got put in the auction over there at Pomona back in January, and she sold for $170,000. So that's a really nice purchase price there for a Calbred who's run several times. So, I'm guessing they want to try to get some of that money back. So this $100,000 race, if she were to win, certainly would get some of that back. So this horse is 5-1. We'll put Shocking Gray in here. She certainly likes the turf and has shown a nice ability down the hill as well. So 5-1, we'll take all that with Antonio Fresu. And then finally, we'll put the 8 horse. 8 horse being Moment's Pleasure for Craig Lewis and Flavian Pratt. But Pratt's back in Southern California. Always nice to see that. Now, Moment's Pleasure is definitely your hard-knocking California mare. She's running several, different kind of races, in Southern California there, and running on the turf. Has a nice record at Santa Anita on the turf. Very limited in her downhill. She only had 1 start. She got beat by Shocking Gray in the Sunshine Millions filly and turf back in January, but still ran a very nice race. So, Moment's Pleasure, as I mentioned, very hard-knocking horse. And, Pratt always knows what to do with a horse. She ran last time in a 1 1/8 race in a second-level allowance. Just kind of ran an even race. Ran up against Lady Claypool, who we saw Lady Claypool run big time yesterday, winning a graded stake. So, Moment's Pleasure certainly fits here. We're going to put the 2, 5, 6, and 8. All right, now let's go to the next race of the day, being the 9th race. 9th race is a mile on the dirt. This is a condition claiming race, $20,000 non-winner of 3. And, I find I kind of debated on singling a horse, and if I was going to do that, I'm going to end up putting 4 horses in here because I just don't know. It might be a tough proposition to single a horse here. I'm going to put the 2, Tamarindo Star, Jeff Bondi. This horse is a long shot, 15-1. Anton Georgi takes the call. This horse, we haven't seen this horse in a while. Has been over a year layoff here. This horse at one time was running with better horses. Something obviously went amiss, and this horse been on the shelf. But I think Bondi can get a horse off a layoff. This horse drops into 20. Maybe they're getting realistic. It's it's a homebred, so you always figure the folks that own the horse, bred the horse, getting realistic with the horse, and they're putting the horse in. Could upset here at a price. Going to put the 4 horse, who is Saltwater Cowboy. Saltwater Cowboy claimed out of his last race by Antonio Garcia, Battleborn Stables. That's Nick Hines. You see Nick Hines over there on TVG, or FanDuel TV. So this horse last time was a favorite, and just kind of blew the start. Ended up rushing up. Same level here, 20,000 non-winner 3. Was 6-5 that day. As I mentioned, blew the start, kind of rushed up, and ran a race for about a half, about 5-6 furlongs, and then just kind of gave it up. So the start really probably cost this horse. So now this horse 7-2 here in the program. Aguilar takes the call. They're putting blinkers on, so I don't know if they're looking to sharpen up speed. This horse already does show some speed, so we'll put Saltwater Cowboy in here. Going to put the 7 horse, who is Damasio. Damasio for Jeff Mullins, and Carmona, the apprentice, is on the horse. Now, this horse, showed a really nice race last time, running in a 14,000 non-winner of 2. And, really liked running the distance and, finished up really strongly. So I'm just kind of wondering if maybe the apprentice really fits this horse nicely. And this horse maybe does want to run long since, he's been running short most of his career. So that mile race really, got my attention. Nice speed figure. 5-1, we'll put Damasio. And then finally, I'm going to put the 8 horse. 8 horse was a horse I thought about singling, and then I just, said maybe there's too many question marks here to single a horse like this. But the 8 being Bruckner. Bruckner's 5-2 in the program. Lorenzo Campazio trains the horse, and Giovanni Franco is the rider. I'm going to put the horse in here. This horse got claimed off of, big ownership. This horse originally was with Bob Baffert and got moved to Tim Yachtine. Horse got claimed for 20 off Yachtine, off some big owners. These folks spend a lot of money in horse racing. This horse was a $250,000 purchase. So, there something was wrong there for them to put the horse in there. But, when Campazano claimed the horse, he ended up promptly winning right after in a really nice race. Ended up running a sprint race, winning 6 furlongs pretty nicely at a maiden 20. So, it was a nice race there. They ended up putting the horse on the turf, which I don't know that the horse really wanted to run turf. Ran kind of an even race, got beat by a horse named Schwarzmeyer, who was never going to beat Schwarzmeyer that day. Schwarzmeyer was very sharp in that race and came back to win another race. So that was a tough race there. They ended up sending this horse over to Turf Paradise. Ended up running in a sprint in one of those allowance optional claimer races. Got beat by a horse in Disobey, and we know Disobey here from the Southern California circuit. Disobey is a very speedy horse, and when he gets his own way, he can run. And this horse, Disobey, did get out to a lead that day. I watched a film where Bruckner was kind of in tight, had kind of a rough go of it, and ended up finishing second. But I thought it was a nice race here, so I'm going to put Bruckner in. The reason I wasn't going to single Bruckner is because they are running a mile. I would figure this horse probably going to try to get out to the lead, but if they do something silly in the first turn, you never know. That mile could take its toll. But for pick 5 purposes, going to put the 2, 4, 7, and 8. All right, now let's go to the last race of the day. Last race being the 10th race. This is a mile on the grass, and this is maiden special weights. These are 3-year-old fillies, so it's definitely a nice collection of horses, some nice purchase prices here. I'm going to put 4 horses in this race. I'm hoping you can catch a couple prices, and having 4 horses is for coverage. I think we'll could get this done if the ticket's live going into this last leg. I'm going to put the 1, who is Kitty Marin, Michael McCarthy, and this horse is 8-1 in the program. First time Flavian Pratt. We've talked about that. Good angle. This horse has run some even races in maiden special weights. Seems like, has had some type of, maybe a little excuses here and there, but, certainly could get things done here at 8-1. Going to put the 2 horse in Favor to You. Phil D'Amato, trainer. Antonio Fresu takes the call here. This horse has had one start at 6.5 on the grass. That's the flat grass. This horse ended up coming second to Jungle Peace. And Jungle Peace came back to win his next race, or her next race, I should say. But here's what I wonder. That Jungle Peace maiden race, Jungle Peace came out of that race. Yesterday we saw Entressa, who did not really do much, coming out of that race. So I got to wonder how live that race might be, beside Jungle Peace. So we'll put the 2 horse in Favor to You. Question mark being the horse going 2 turns. First time, we'll see. I'm going to also put going to put the 8 horse. 8 horse being Brilliantly. Brilliantly, 6-5 program favorite, Bob Baffert. Big purchase price here. This horse comes off of one start being on the dirt. Ran up second to Formula Rosa. And that horse was nice that day in winning that race. So, now Brilliantly is going to end up trying the grass for the first time and going a mile for the first time. So 6-5, I don't know, I might be a little aggressive there, with a couple question marks for the 8. So I will put the horse in, but, putting 4 horses in total. Then finally, I'm going to put the 9 horse, who is Lila. Lila for Richard Baltus, 6-1 in the program. Kyle Frey takes the call. Baltus was hot as hell yesterday. Ended up bringing in a couple long shots there, which caused a pick 6 carryover. So we'll see. Maybe the Baltus barn's cooking it up lately and getting hot. So this horse certainly has run some nice races in her last 2 over at Santa Anita. Ended up running a really nice race in a mile, coming second to Friends Flavor. And it was a long shot that day, but really outran her odds. And what I like about that is that the next time she ran, she ended up going a eighth of a mile longer, ran a mile and an eighth, and ran another really nice race. Ended up getting beat right near the wire by Calmate. Calmate was ridden by Flavian Pratt that day, and I remember Calmate made up a lot of ground, and it was pretty much one of the only folks there that could do that would be Flavian Pratt to get that horse up there. So Lila was kind of a tough luck second place horse there in her last, running second to Calmate. So not 6-1 in the program here. It's a nice price. Certainly Lila can get it done. Frey's back on board. He's ridden her well. And, can definitely cap off this pick 5. All right, now let's recap the day and recap the tickets. Okay, so for today, on Sunday, March 16th, we've got a late pick 5 ticket, which does start in the 6th race. 6th race starting, we're going to go with the 2, 3, 4. With the single of the 4, with the 2, 5, 6, and 8, with the 2, 4, 7, 8, with the 1, 2, 8, 9 in the last race. Now that ticket is a $96 ticket today. So if you see fit, you can play as is. If you want to add or subtract, you can do that as well. If you want to play the pick 3s within it, play the pick 4 within it, or even that late pick 3. That's always seems to be a nice bet. Whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck. Let's give ourselves some good luck and get some good trips today. And let's wish the folks over at Santa Anita a great, safe day of racing. So whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best. If you decide to maybe use some of these selections for your pick 6 ticket, good luck in the pick 6. As always, I thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that for me. Doesn't cost you anything. It just puts you on the feed. When new content gets created, it gets served up to you. You can like, dislike, make comments. I promise to respond to everything. Let's create a discussion. So again, thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today. Let's make it a great day at Santa Anita, the great race place. And we'll be back tomorrow for special St. Patrick's Day racing at Santa Anita. Thank you.